Well, we're going to go down to the tribunal. Jamie Aldridge is there. Jamie, can you tell us what's happening?
Well, I can tell you, Robert, that if you're a Collingwood supporter, you certainly wouldn't be too happy with the way they're going on the field, and also tonight at the tribunal with two players up on charges of striking. The first of those was Paul Licuria, and it's bad news because he has been outed for 2 weeks on a charge of striking Michael Braun. Now, if we have a little bit of a look at the incident, you'll see Michael Braun trying to kick the ball, and then Licuria comes in late with what appears to be a hip and shoulder. He did jump into the ground, jump off the ground, and collide quite heavily with Licuria, with Michael Braun. Licuria was adamant that the whole time his arm was tucked in against his body. But the tribunal, I think that as soon as you leave the ground, you're going to be in trouble this year, because they came back. Brian Collar said that the action was reckless and he'll miss the next 2 weeks. The charge involving Anthony Rocca on a charge of striking Michael Gardner is currently being heard at the moment. Rocca is telling the tribunal that he tried to sweep Gardner's arms away and accidentally made contact with the head because he thought Gardner was going to mark the ball. Of course, he punched it out towards the boundary and fell quite heavily to the ground and got the free kick. It's probably not going too well at the moment for Rocca. We will have some more news on that one in just a few minutes, I would say. But for the moment, it's back to you in the studio.
Jamie, just before we go, Anthony Rocca, did he plead guilty?
They've both pleaded not guilty.
OK, thanks, Jamie. Appreciate that.
Well, Wolsey, it's actually some good news at last for the Collingwood supporters, because the charge against Anthony Rocca of striking Michael Gardner from the West Coast has been dismissed. The tribunal basically agreed with Anthony's contention that he was only trying to spoil the ball and get it back in towards the corridor. That was the sweeping motion we saw just before, which did have incidental contact with Michael Gardner's head. So very good news for Collingwood on one front, not so good with Paul Licuria for 2 matches. It's back to you in the studio.